Hello and welcome to another episode of Freaky Fettuccine. On tonight's episode, usually the freaky, creepypastas that I read are full of grammatical errors. This one in particular, not counting words that Grammarly doesn't recognize, has 116 grammatical errors in 2 page downs, 1 technically. But it also has the greatest title of all time. This is, Hi, I am having trouble posting, so here's my story. When me and my friend was playing on a gaming website called Roblox, we came across something unusual. There was this anonymous person. So me and my friend searched through the whole map, but we couldn't find the player. Even though there were other players on there talking, we found this weird. So we thought it was a glitch, until the glitch started talking to us. Because it was an obstacle course, the person started saying that the game we are playing now is real life. I have the exact words.
Who wants to play a game?
I said that we were already playing a game. I really didn't know anything about this person. Nobody really did. So I asked him what the game was, slightly curious about what he had to say.
Anybody who dies in this obby in the game dies in real life.
We thought it was some internet troll trying to scare the shit out of us.
I said shit on the creepypasta. I'm a cool boy.
So one of the players told him to leave the server or he would report him. I really didn't know what happened, but right after that, he disconnected. Which in a way was weird because he didn't want to leave. The player asked him to go away, but for some weird reason, he disconnects.
Anybody else wants to complain?
We didn't know what to do. I alt-tabbed out of the server and I called the police on my phone, but my phone wasn't working properly. It was in a static kind of thing. I didn't even know phones did that. I went back into the game and I told everyone that we should leave the server. So one by one, we left, until there was 5 of us. I slightly scared, because I didn't know what would happen if I didn't play the obby. And it was probably someone trying to scare us. So me and the rest of the 4 players decided that we should play the obby, and see for ourselves what would happen if we did that. I went first. Then my friend, then the other 3 people. Usually when players die in an obby, we would make that oof sound. It says ugh, but it's just a guy saying oof. But when one of the players died, I heard a scream in my headphones.
An actual scream!
I didn't know what to do. I thought, what if all this that was happening was real? I kept going and hoping that the game didn't glitch. Whoever was doing this was some kind of murderer on the internet. As I kept going, the rest of us were scared. I could tell. Until my friend died. I heard his scream. In my headphones. It sounded just like him. I was crying. I didn't want this to be real, but there was nothing I can do. I kept going. I couldn't move properly because my hands were shaking. There were only the 2 of us left. The rest of the players in the game are dead. When they disconnect, they are dead. I didn't want this. There were only 10 more levels still, and I haven't died yet. The other player was still with me. I told him that if he died, don't die screaming. When there was 5 more levels left, I told him we were nearly there, until he landed on something. It was one of those landmine things. If you stand on one, you cannot get off. There was nothing we could do about this. He told me goodbye and jumped off. I heard his piercing scream.
I was very disappointed because I told him not to. How dare he?
Then there was one. I asked him why he was doing this. He didn't answer. So this is what I said.
What would happen if I leave? You will die, Harrison. What would happen if I win? You'll die anyway.
So I did something I regretted. I left the server. Everything was dark. My computer shut down everything. I heard whispering behind me. I turned around and there was nothing there. I go to sleep with nightmares of this dark, shadowy figure. I don't know how I am still alive, but there's one thing I know. He's coming for me. And that's it. Based on the internal logic, what little there is of the story, then everyone else is still alive too, because the person who left the server, left the server the same thing as Harrison, so he's still alive. Screams in the headphones, that is easily an audio clip replacement. So yeah, the demon from Hi, I am having trouble posting, so here's my story, is completely ineffective.